Good afternoon, everyone. We welcome you once again all to this webinar on companies form in MCA21 V3. This webinar is being organized by ICSI in coordination with Ministry of Corporate Affairs. You are already aware that Ministry has launched its second set of 56 forms on 23rd of January 2023. So approximately 2 months have passed. After analysis, it is found that broadly difficulties are being faced on creation of login because of multiple IDs, and these are related to DSC association, updation of email ID and phone numbers of directors. So to deal these queries in detail and to respond to such queries, MCA has advised us to organize this webinar today. So on this webinar, we have with us Shri Manoj Pandeyji, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. We welcome you, sir, under whose able guidance this transition is being done. From Ministry of Corporate Affairs, we have with us Shri Sanjay Jainji, Director MCA, Shri Kumar, Joint Director MCA, Shri Vivek Meena, Deputy Director MCA. And we also have with us the team from LTI. So to start and before we take your queries, we would like to welcome Shri Manish Gupta, President ICSI at this webinar. And we would like to request Manish Gupta ji, President ICSI, to give his kind address.
Thank you, Deepa. Thank you very much. Let me first welcome each and every participant who has joined through this webinar, and would like to thank the entire team at MCA, Manoj Pandey sir, Joint Secretary MCA, Shri Kumar ji, Sanjay ji, the entire team at MCA. Then the LTI team, Manoj Sasteva ji, I can see Richa, Chandra, Seema, those who are supporting the LTI team, and the team ICSI. Friends, all of you are welcome at this webinar, and let me tell you, all these LLP V3 version was started way back last year when Ministry has launched LLP V3 version on 8th of March. And the second phase was launched on 31st of August when 9 forms related to charge and other issues were migrated to V3 version. Now we have seen in this year only, 23rd of January onwards, 56 forms were migrated to V3, wherein 10 forms belongs to the incorporation and other 46 forms belongs to general filing related to routine event-based filing. Since then, ICSI is standing with MCA and team LTI, and wherever and whenever the support of ICSI is required, that is being extended to the team MCA and LTI. And just to share with you all that since the launch of V3 version by the MCA, ICSI has organized many webinars, series of webinars were there to handhold, to guide, to give the comfort to the stakeholders. And let me also share with you all that one test run was also being done by our 50 qualified company secretaries, wherein we were there as the extended arm of MCA. We sat with the team LTI, wherein all those 56 forms were there on the trial version. We tried to first-hand information was provided to LTI so that the less disturbance would be there when the migration would be completed. Then we had weekly review meetings with the Secretary MCA, Joint Secretary MCA, wherein all 3 institutes have participated. Your ICSI was always part of it, and we have given so many suggestions, and must appreciate MCA has accepted most of those suggestions and implemented those suggestions as well. At the same time, we are providing all our support for strengthening of the help desks being created at the MCA and LTI. Our team is also sitting with the LTI at their offices to provide those comfort and hand-holding for the stakeholders. For the benefit of all the stakeholders, our members, we had created 4 Google Forms, wherein one was for the LLP issues, second was for the companies related forms issued for 46 form issues. Then we had one specific Google form for the incorporation related issues. And very recently, we have initiated the process for the Google form with respect to the issues relating to registration and DSC. And I'm happy to share that 900 such cases relating to DSC migration from V2 to V3 have been given under my signatures to MCA, and must appreciate the efforts taken by Manoj sir, and he has kindly accepted those issues and have updated V2 to V3. All those migrations have already been done. Through those Google Forms, we have collected around more than 3,000, if I am wrong, more than 3,000 issues were captured. And I'm also happy to share at the same time that most of the issues, more than 2,600 issues, have already been resolved. Few of those issues which are related to technical in nature, where the policy is the hindrance, or some back-end changes are required to be done in the structure, are pending with the LTI team, and we have been assured by the team LTI that those things would also be taken care of, and very soon those issues would also be resolved. And just yesterday only we had our meeting with the Manoj sir and the team LTI, and we discussed about the way forward relating to the DSC registration, roll check, and the migration from V2 to V3 for the directors. And I'm happy to share that the team has accepted our suggestions, and yesterday only they have come back to us with certain changes which have already been done and which are available in the public domain. I'm thankful to the entire team at MCA and LTI for providing all the support to the stakeholders from ICSI. I can assure our full support to the team LTI as well as to MCA. We are standing with you, and we are there for the strengthening of the process. These are only the teething issues which are there for the time being. Once all these issues would be resolved and things are online, I can assure you from as President ICSI, things would be very smooth and things would be very streamlined, and you would not face any issues and difficulties in the days to come. These are only the temporary issues for the time being, and the support we people are getting from MCA and LTI is immense. They are always there to support us, and I am sure they are going to help us in the future as well. That is all from my side, and Manojji, thank you very much for all your support and guidance in this endeavor, and I can assure you our full support in this regard from Team ICSI. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Shri Manoj Pandey, Joint Secretary MCA, for his address.
Dear friends, dear professional friends, I am not going to address you. I'm here to listen to your issues and problems which you might be facing and which you are facing because of transitional issues. And as President ICSI said, that these are teething issues, transitional issues, which may come because of the huge data migration which takes place when we transit from one version to another version. We should appreciate that we are carrying forward the data of companies and LLPs from version 1, then to version 2, now to version 3. The only difference, I think, here, which you would be observing, that our process of registration and DSC association had changed. The forms have become web forms, validations are happening online, and there are certain checks which are there, which might not be there on V2 forms or on V1 forms. We are concerned and equally concerned like you that nobody should face any difficulty. I will not give the numbers of the filings, because if I give the number of the filings, you would feel that I am dismissive of the concerns which you might have. But yes, the filings are happening. And to share with you, on one day, in last month only, more than 1,500 incorporation forms got filed in a single day. And on one single day, more than 1,100 companies also got incorporated. In many countries, 1,100 companies get incorporated in a month. Here, it's in a day we are incorporating. So see, our volume is quite large and huge. Now, the issues which I observe and which Ministry of Corporate Affairs has on the whole has observed, along with say ICSI, ICI, NISG and EY who are partnering with us to help you out, would be association of your DSC, because now there is a uniqueness involved in the process. And if you are carrying multiple user ID password, and that might be creating some difficulties for you. But as President ICSI said, based on the letter of President ICSI, we in fact merged certain user IDs passwords so that the transaction becomes smooth for them. So we had immense faith on ICSI as an institute, and we have gone by that faith, and we said, okay, if President ICSI said so, we should do it, and we have done it. So I think 700, 800, those mergers have already taken place. Some of the cases which might be unique cases are being addressed by help desk. The concern which you might be having that help desk is giving a routine answer, not a specific answer, or irrelevant answers, maybe. So that is one concern. We have asked LTI team, LTI Mindtree, that please do not give a general answer. It should be specific to the question, and the issue should be resolved as fast as possible. And in ministry, everybody is quite concerned that issues should get resolved quickly so that transaction happens. And I had a meeting with ICSI past presidents yesterday. The feeling which I got and the feedback which I had, that if you are a new user on MCA21 version 3, its filing is quite smooth. The problem creeps in when you are migrating and there could be some data errors, data issues, or there could be multiple user ID password, or there could be resubmission cases. Maybe the form is getting resubmitted, and because of that migration or transition, you might be facing difficulty. We are all aware of this fact, and TI Mindtree has been asked to resolve it quickly. I am thankful to ICSI to also point out that yes, in transitional issues on the new software developments, there could be some issues with validation, some issues, some functional issues, some technical issues might be there, which LTI Mindtree is addressing, and many of them have got resolved. I think one issue was director web KYC, where you are getting error of director eKYC has to be done. I think that has been fixed now. Those errors were maybe because of some data migration issues, that has been fixed. So likewise, INC22 was not getting processed. It's straight through process. So now it's getting processed, I believe. Based on the trust factor, we have converted many forms into STP forms, which were non-STP in version 2. For example, SH7 for increase in capital, DIR6, AOC5, or for some purposes in MGT 14 and INC28. So we have imposed trust on our professionals, because if they are certifying, it should be taken as correct. I will not stand in between you and the technical team, because this, I said that it's not an address. Basically, we have to address the issues of the technical issues which you are facing. I'll request LTI Mindtree also to patiently listen to all the queries, all the problems, and I will request our professional friends who are attending this webinar also to be patient in giving your views, and also please give your suggestions, views, or problems which you are facing. Many of the issues cannot be, say, addressed right now, because if there are some data issue, there could be some, say, code issue. If you point out, it will take time. So we are here, LTI Mindtree is here to capture all those details which needs to be addressed. So thank you very much for organizing this webinar. I had requested President ICSI that after this webinar, please organize webinars at chapter levels and regional levels, because many at the chapter levels and regional levels, we might not be reaching out and the problems would be there. Although whoever approaches us one-to-one or in groups, we are listening to their problems. With these words, thank you. Thank you very much for giving MCA an opportunity to become a bridge between LTI Mindtree and the professional friends, so that the issues are properly addressed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your confidence in ICSI. Sir, we will plan a complete roadmap for organizing those webinars, as well as we can have the one-to-one face-to-face meetings to resolve the issues at chapter and regional offices. Will instruct all my team at chapters and regional offices to have those physical meetings as well as the webinar series to resolve the issues at the maximum level. We'll be doing it, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, we have compiled, based on our discussion and various meetings with help desk team, certain queries. So can we take up those queries and the queries of the participants, or Sanjay Jain sir or LTA team wants to speak something before that?
I think their formal address, at least a few words from their side, will motivate the stakeholders. They can set the rules of this game.
Sir, I would like to invite Sanjay Jain sir. I would like to invite Sanjay Jain sir for his views on this.
I think we can start with Manoj Sachdeva sir. Sanjay ji is not there.
Okay.
Manoj ji, you can take over from here.
Thanks everybody for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and join us in this webinar. At LTI, we are committed to ensure that the new systems give you the new system which is getting deployed will be an enabler for you rather than becoming a problem. Initial issues were there, but now things have started dowsing down, wherein now people have understood the ways of okay, sorry, my mistake. So they have now understood the kind of initial checks and balances wherein they can start operating the system, primarily the associations of DIN, SIN, DSCs, login related issues, migration of their older usernames to the new. I think 90% of the users have come across that stage and started filing. Definitely, there are still some issues which we foresee, which are primarily migration related issues, wherein the work started in V2, but in the interim, it has been migrated to V3. We are closely monitoring those open transactions. Currently, we have some 17,000 open transactions which are which are as a migration process, which are not gone closed or which are in various stages of approval or payment or signing off or uploading. So we are trying to put our eyes and ears open there also, and we are reaching out to the users who are facing problem in specific areas. Also, we are enabling to a very large extent wherein people are expecting the closures from the back office by requesting back office for faster closures of the under process kind of things. So with that, I can assure you from LTI side that we stand committed to ensure that all these teething issues to the last person will be taken care of. We have organized user sessions in between to and the understanding sessions with various under various webinars and user community to appraise of the basic things which needs to be taken care by the end user while either registering or uploading the forms where they are going doing mistakes, and we requested the users to percolate down to their team members and their groups about the same. With that, I just put myself on hold and would like to hear that whatever challenges still people are facing and where we can help them out, or whatever the relaxations which have been given further by ministry to enable stakeholders. So that will be updated once we hear from you. So over to you, Deepa ma'am, and thanks everybody for joining once again.
Thank you, sir. Can we start taking up the queries?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. So we are taking up the queries form wise. Like firstly, I will take up the queries related to incorporation forms. These are all generic queries, and we have not taken the specific queries. So we would like to listen to the LTA team on each such query. So this is with regard to Form SPICE Plus Part B. In case of foreign nationals, they are required to be giving mandatory PAN. Whereas Rule 16, one of the company's incorporation rules, states that in case of foreign national, passport details are required. So these issues are coming. So whether any change is being done or...
Seema, you are on mute. Yeah, now it is better, Seema. You have removed the mute. You can go ahead. Seema, still not, your voice is not audible.
My request to LTI team to kindly switch on your videos, as because this is a live webinar and the blank screen is coming up. So it would be better if we can have our videos switch on all the time. Thank you.
I hope my question was audible, and should I repeat the question?
Would you like to answer?
Seema, you're not audible. Just a second. Yeah, now it is audible. Now
am I audible?
Yes, you are audible now.
Yeah, the point I'm trying to make here is that this change is already there in the system. We are allowing the foreign nationals to apply for the DIN, and along with their passport number, we are not mandating the passport number, PAN number for the foreign nationals. Wherever they choose their nationality as other than India, then we are not mandating them to provide the detail, their PAN number. Because as we know that this is how the system should work, and foreign nationals can come over to our country and they can incorporate the company. Here we are not mandating, we are also issuing that allotting the DIN to the foreign nationals along with their passport number. So if there is certain specific issues that can be shared with us, we will have a look into it. But this is not a generic issue. That is what I wanted to communicate to and inform it to the people, all the stakeholders.
Deepa, taking a clue from her answer, can we capture this particular thing in our FAQ so that it can be circulated to the public at large? So there should not be any concern related to the said query in future. It should be captured in the FAQ as well.
Okay, sir. So we will write that LTA has already removed that mandatory thing, and now it is not required to mention the PAN number. Instead,
yes, for foreign national, if they are choosing their nationality as other than India, then we are not mandating them to provide the PAN number.
Okay. So next one is that stakeholders have many times paid the stamp duty twice or thrice, which is yet to be refunded. With regard to, there is an issue with regard to refund. It may so happen that payment happens twice or thrice.
So Deepa ma'am, I would like to answer that question. So we have seen in multiple cases where people have tried stamp duty payments. The original attempt has failed and not been successful. And then the another attempt that has been made for a payment of stamp duty has been successful. In some cases, say SH7, it was appearing that the stamp duty, after the payment of the stamp duty SRN, the SRN status was not changing. This has now been taken care of. So there should not be any case of duplicate payment being made. It could only be the situation where the
we missed you. Chandraji, you can.
Sorry.
You just in between we missed you. So can you just repeat again for the benefit of all?
Okay, so Deepa, what I was saying that where multiple payments has been made, there would be only one payment that was successful. The other would have been failed at Bharat Kosh. So those payments would have been successful or not paid. So, but there could be instances from earlier days of launch where there were some instances of duplicate payment being made. And once we go live with our refund portal, we have discussed this with MCA. Once we are live with that, that can be reviewed on case-to-case basis.
Okay. So refund form is in the pipeline.
Yes.
You are okay. This is being provided, but the dates and everything depends on the decision and finalization of the ministry and LTI. Right.
That's right.
Next one is related to SRNs of approved names. These are getting expired due to technical glitches, and stakeholders are not able to resubmit the forms. Okay, and so error is validity of name has been expired.
I got it, ma'am. So this issue has been taken care of. However, there are some retrospective cases which we are addressing manually one by one. That cannot be addressed through the batch job. So we are addressing that. But going forward, this issue will not be faced. This has been fixed.
Okay. So that means approved names will be resubmitted now. There will not be any problem henceforth.
Right. Absolutely.
Just wanted to add it out here, ma'am. It was happening at the initial line when the resub was happening. The system was checking the validity of the names or any other scenarios as of now. Now this check has been removed and the system has been updated. The time clock will stop at the time of resubmission of the forms. So this problem will not be faced in future. If we are still coming across these issues, we request you to kindly share the information with us. But in general or in generic sense, this has been taken care of. And now at the time of resubmission, no errors or validation errors will be thrown, and the stakeholder will be allowed to do the filing, and they can continue with the normal way they are doing it for resub of the forms. They can do that. So that won't be an issue going ahead.
Okay. Next issue relates to that stakeholders are not able to save the first page of Part B. Error occurs, technical error occurred. Part B of Spice Plus form. They are not able to save the form.
So, ma'am, this was an issue earlier where there was a restriction in the objects to restrict it to a character count of 4,000. So that check has now been removed and it's been made 1 lakh characters now. And now, because of this technical error occurred should not be occurring.
Okay. Another one relates to certificate of incorporation. After filing all the forms registration, the stakeholders are not getting the certificate of incorporations. Either they are getting with some maybe wrong dates. And in certain cases, it was found that in the PAN also, there is a wrong date which is being reflected with regard to certificate of the date of incorporation.
Deepa ma'am, Richa here. So I would like to take this question. So ma'am, yes, this issue came during the initial days of the launch. Now all these issues have been resolved. Now there is no incorrect COI, incorrect director number, incorrect PAN or TAN on this certificate. Now all those issues have been rectified and all the old COIs have been re-triggered. So users will not face this issue in future.
And the generation of COI will be instant. That will be available.
Instant. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Another broad question is now related to the form INC 33 EMOA. While submitting form INC 33, the error pops up: save, submit, call failed. Saving in EMOA.
Yes, ma'am. We have received some queries on that, but not a generic issue. This is a user-specific issue that we need to investigate user-wise. I mean, we have seen forms being submitted without any issues in INC 33 or 34. However, these situations are the ones which need deeper investigation to understand why that error is coming in those cases.
Okay. And this issue is very recent, which I'm saying now, EAOA. This is being faced since last 2-3 days, that stakeholders are not able to edit the EAOA. Editing is a problem.
We will need to look into this, ma'am. Primarily, it could be old resubmission case that has been in the process of resubmission. We definitely need to look into this case, why they're unable to edit it, because there should not be any issue in editing the forms.
This is very recent, 2-3 days back only we received, and from 2-3 users we have received. So maybe okay. We request you to check this issue.
Sure, ma'am.
Editing
yes.
of EAOA.
Correct.
Yeah. And with regard to INC 9, declaration by subscribers and first directors, they are not able to download INC 9 while filling Spice Part D. It says PDF generation in progress.
So in this case, ma'am, I would suggest when the user has to upload the form, and there would be a link which will appear to download it again. So there are two options. One, either you download through the mini dashboard available under My Application. So if by clicking there you are unable to download the form and you get there a PDF generation in progress, something like that, you upload the form and you will get an option to download here. There would be a link and the document can be downloaded from there. You can attempt that. This may work. If still the user faces issue, we'll be glad to assist on that.
Okay. Next is form Agile Pro S. OTPs are not getting generated, especially in case of foreign nationals. Foreign nationals OTPs is, I think, long back problem, and it still persists.
That is correct, ma'am. I mean, we have not been able to crack this because what is happening that the OTPs are being generated in our systems, being delivered to the number that has been provided by the users. However, their service provider in the offshore countries, they are not delivering it further to the user. And this is not a blanket case. I mean, if you try multiple times, sometimes it gets delivered, sometimes not. So the user is actually perplexed and confused whether he's getting the OTP. Sometimes the OTPs may be delivered pretty late when the time to submit the OTP gets over. So typically not in our control, but we will see that, for example, for registration purposes as business user, we have removed the requirement of OTP on the international mobile numbers. So we need to do something on similar lines here as well.
So can we do that instead of OTP at the mobile number, OTP on email only could be sufficient?
Yes, that's what has been done for business user registration. So need to be replicated and needs to be discussed with MCA first. And then we will come back on this.
Okay. Next relates to Form Agile Pro S as well as INC24. The name of the company is not getting pre-filled.
This should be a pretty old problem, ma'am. So earlier we were receiving this kind of issues where in Agile Pro, the name of the company was not being pre-filled from, which was being pulled from Spice B. Now we are not receiving those issues. Probably it might be an older one.
Okay. Pre-filling issue you are not receiving now.
Yes, ma'am.
Either the name or if we fill the
typically name. The name is not being pre-filled. We are not getting those errors anymore.
Okay. And the drop down of selection inspection division, this one, and there is another drop down work subcategory. They are not working in Agile Pro S.
We will need to look into this case, ma'am. Earlier we reported some drop down related issues, but those were taken care of. Need to see if this is a user specific issue or some pre-filling issue because of the inspection area code, etc. We need to see into that.
So we will share certain SRNs with you because we have received this sort of a query from many users.
Correct. We can see the forms which is saved in our archives, and we will see why this drop down is not working in those forms.
With regard to master data, like if the stakeholders fill SH7 or maybe the DIR12s, the master data is not getting updated. The exact position is not being shown.
Ma'am, with regard to SH7, I would like to reply to this query and would like to inform that the stakeholders are not providing the correct information in field number 14 of SH7. I have seen so many cases that wherever the stakeholders are providing the information, they are not providing the revised authorized capital structure of the company. On the basis of that, the fees will be calculated, the PPF will be updated, and the your master data will get updated. Stakeholder, I have seen so many cases coming from various ROCs also that stakeholders are approaching them that they have increased their authorized capital from so to so, and they are sorry to say that, but they are not coming when the fees is not being charged from them. Only neither the stamp duty is charged from them or the enhanced MOA fees is charged from them. They are coming only when their PPF is not getting updated. Since the form gets approved. But the problem which I have seen, and I have discussed it with MCA officials also, and shown them that the cases that the stakeholders are not providing the correct information in field number 14, where the revised capital structure is required to be provided. Unless and until we provide the correct information, you will not be asked for the correct fees, correct stamp duty, and your PPF will also not get updated. In field number 4, if you are providing certain information, then it will not get updated. The PPF is not getting updated through that particular field number 4. It is getting updated through field number 14. We are also providing an alert at the time of filing also that please check your revised authorized capital is as per your requirement. Then only your fees will be charged or stamp duty will be charged or your PPF update will take place. So that is one of the concern which I wanted to bring to your notice and communicate it to the professional community, that today also I have seen a form HS7 where the correct filing was not done by the stakeholder, and because of which the PPF didn't get updated as per the requirement of the company. So while filling the form, kindly see that field number 14 is filled up properly. And with regard to DIR 12, I have not seen too many issues where directors' details are not getting updated based on the form filing which I've done. But if there are certain cases, then we would like to have a look into those cases. But HS7, I have seen that this is personally been observed by me, and it has also been brought to the notice of MCA officials also.
Actually, we have certain SRNs with regard to updation of master data for DIR12 as well as SH7. So we will share those with you so that these can be analyzed.
Yes, sure, ma'am.
Yeah. DIN number so and so is still showing deactivated in spite of filing DR3 KYC, which got approved. I think this is also related to master data updation.
Yes, ma'am. We would like to you to share the details of those people who have already filed DIR 3 KYC form, and which is where the master data didn't get updated. We will have a look into it and we'll see the reasons why it has not got updated. In one or few cases which has come to us, we have already taken the corrective measures and corrective steps to update their DIR 3 KYC DIR 3 KYC status, updated that. So we would, if there are still certain people who are available who are facing this issue, we would like to have a look into it and we'll update it accordingly.
In case of DR3 KYC web, the error comes that please file e-form DR3 KYC to submit the KYC details for DIN so and so for the first time. But the DR3 KYC web for the director is not being filed for the first time.
Ma'am, this issue has been resolved now. So this issue we came for 2 days last week because of some data issue, but now this has been resolved. And we have got confirmation from stakeholders as well that they are able to file their KYC.
Okay. So if people are having the issues, then they can share the SRNs to their ticket and specific issues will be resolved.
Yes, ma'am.
The stakeholder has filed one form DIR12 for appointment of 2 KMPs. In company master data, it shows appointment of 1 KMP and second KMP is missing in company master data. So same issue we are receiving. Right, this is the present issue which is sent through the query. So we request you to kindly look into
here just wanted to update that this is happening not for all cases. Wherever, because today we are using V2 portal for seeing the master data update, and we have to do a reverse sync. Some cases where datas are not mismatch, there is a mismatch between V3 and V2. There are some cases datas are not getting updated, but hopefully in next 1 week's time we will be in a position to come up with a V3 information portal, and then these all master data related issues will be behind us, because then everything will be served via V3 master set. So we'll update you on the portal the dates when this is getting launched, and post that the master data information regarding the director updates and the and the SIN or the company related information will be available directly through V2, and then the anomalies will be reduced to some 1% at max. So this is just to bring to everybody's knowledge, and we'll update that on the MCA portal once the date of launch is decided.
With regard to multiple IDs, the stakeholders have doubt that if multiple IDs are linked to one email ID and one ID is removed or deactivated, which is linked to one email ID, so whether all the IDs which are linked to such email ID will be deactivated, whether these are in V2 or V3. So,
Ma'am, it will not get deactivated. The records, the SRNs, the work which has been done under those IDs will not be visible to the that ID. So it is not that while activating all the things will, but the whatever work we have done with that ID will not be visible to that stakeholder who has deactivated. So preferably in case you are using two IDs and you want to merge, then be little specific that we have worked in both the IDs, so that teams can be little more sensitive about data transfers also.
okay, and okay. Next one is related to updation of email ID and phone number. So we have also briefed it yesterday in the meeting that through DR3 KYC it is not happening, the updation of email ID and phone.
Ma'am, I believe yesterday JS sir has updated that there is some relaxation been given in the DR3 KYC, wherein you don't need to attach DSCs, and by those relaxations, stakeholders will be able to update their email IDs and telephone numbers via DSCs, via DR3 KYC. But still, if there is any specific case where they can come via institutes, and once institutes approve, we may take approval and then can work with institute to enable such users who are not even able to do KYC post that relaxation also. So then it will be taken on a case basis via institutes only.
Just wanted to add a point to what Manojji has just stated. Whenever we are updating our mobile number or email ID, it'll not it'll the only the mobile number will be getting updated in our user login module. However, your email ID will remain the same even if you have updated. But for all practical purposes, for getting OTPs and everything, you'll be receiving on the updated email ID which you have updated through DIR3 KYC. So, however, for the login module, your initial email ID where which you have used for registering yourself, that is not been that will not change. However, we are still under the consideration, and internally we are having a discussions that we should allow the stakeholders to either make required changes it is yet to be on discussion yet to be taken care of. But as of now, just for your updation for directors, whatever email ID you are using, that will continue to be there. But for all practical purposes, for receiving OTPs or information, that'll be done on your existing email ID which you have updated through DIR3 KYC. So this is for the information of all the stakeholders.
But that is where is the problem is if the person doesn't have the old the existing email ID and he wants to update email ID, that he cannot do through DR3 KYC and DR6 because he is not able to fix the DSC.
That is like that, like in the sense it is for the, you are saying it from the user login point of view or from the filing of DIR3 KYC or
filing the DIR3 KYC for updating the email ID. When they want to affix the DSC for submitting that form, they need to log in.
Ma'am, that is what Manojji has just updated you, that for filing of DIR3 KYC e-form and DIR6 forms, as of now, we have given a leverage to affix the DSC without validating that, and being a business user, you can do it directly. That is what is allowed as of now through the system. So that is one relaxation which has been done in the system.
That is done now.
Yeah. So anybody who sort of wants to make the change in their email ID or mobile number, and then subsequently go in for the user registration perspective, then they can go ahead and do the filing without getting themselves without making themselves as a business user. So DSC relaxation has been done in guidance and like after getting the approval from this thing.
I think that is a big relief because we were receiving many such queries for updating the email ID and phone numbers. So moving on to the form PAS 3. We are trying to upload PAS 3, but we are unable to save the form as it is showing the error that tab 20 part B exceeds the 50 character word limit. Further, the tab 20 part B is already getting pre-filled from MCA, and they are not able to edit such
So,
or
ma'am,
modify such.
this we have got that input, and I believe by Monday this will be fixed. So already under process, and this 50 character limit of PAS 3 and SH7, I believe, where from where it is getting pre-filled, will get addressed.
Okay, thank you. Status of form SH7 was payment incomplete, and now the status shows cancelled. So the amount of 26 lakhs something is already paid.
So, madam, I would like to update you in this case. So, payment incomplete means the payment has not been successful at Bharat Kosh. And when the payment is not successful, the SRN, which will go beyond its date of validity, will expire. So that is why the SRN is cancelled. Now that payment is not actually successful. So had it been successful, the status would not be payment incomplete.
So if the payment is not successful, it will say that it is incomplete.
Right, ma'am. And consequently, the SRN with certain validity period will expire beyond its date of validity.
And it will show cancelled.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. In case of disqualified directors due to non-filing of DIR3 KYC, DSC association, okay, we have taken this. The check name facility is still showing all the names as applied for, even if they are in submission status or rejected. The check name facility, it even takes the names which are rejected.
This check name facility is in V2. I think they must be checking it in V2, ma'am. This is not yet come in V3. So V2 may, so the solution is that they are required to fill in the required form so that they can get the correct picture.
Okay, so while applying name in V3, it doesn't come, this name check facility.
Yeah, just request them to go ahead and do the filing of, because V2 and V3 as of now, with regard to the name, it is not yet been synced. So it is because you are going and checking the name in V2 and then applying it in V3. If you are doing that, then you may not be getting a correct picture. So it is better that somebody, whosoever is trying to file the form, they should go ahead and do the filing of Spice Part A or Run, as the case may be. Then they'll be having a correct result.
How to create a business user ID of director if the email ID or mobile number is no longer active, due to which he will not receive OTP. This we have taken. We are unable to associate DSC of the director in V3 portal. It is showing that DSC is already registered with other business user. We have received many complaints and still unresolved. DSC association is a problem?
Ma'am, it is actually not a problem. What is happening is, in this case, users have given the DSCs to the professionals, and those DSCs has been either they have for the ease or for the faster work to be done, they have associated those IDs to their fellow members or some other users who are actually enabling the filing. So now when they are trying to register the same DSC at their login, they are getting this error that your DSC is associated with somebody else. So there are two ways to handle. One, if we know that which is that somebody else where my DSC is attached, so we need to ask that user to update his DSC there and make the DSC of the affected user free, because DSC generally gets updated. Other thing is, if user has some other DSC, which if they are carrying one additional DSC, they can use that DSC and update their profile, and they will be able to register the DSC or associate the DSC. As of now, we don't have any functionality which clears the DSC from the profile, except for doing it from the respective third-party organization, which is in this case will be this NDRS. What is the name of the organization? Chandraji, what is the name of the organization which gives the banks which give the Chandraji?
Sorry, Manoj, what are you saying?
The DSC bank has been registered with the third party name.
eMudra.
eMudra. So eMudra has to either deassociate the DSC from that user in their database, then can they be unable to associate. So easy would be that if at all you have another DSC, please try to update that, or ask the person who has used your DSC to update his DSC there, and free up your DSC for right to get associated with the right person and the login. So that is the way one can actually handle it.
Okay. Another one is form specific.
And just to put as a one enabler, if someone is not able to know that to which ID his DSC is associated, then if they come through institutes, we can enable the information that this information, because generally we will not be in a position to, but specific user who are facing and who cannot afford a second DSC, if they come through institute, we can enable you that what with which other ID it is getting associated.
And for reaching to the institute, we request you to kindly share the issues at companies@2013@ICSI.edu, which is a dedicated email ID for receiving the V3 queries. So another one is related to form specific. This is form INC23 for shifting the registered office from one ROC to another, but within the same state. It shows the error to enter date of publication of advertisement in English. So have you received any such sort of error that the stakeholders are not able to fill the date of publication of advertisement?
So the problem is that they are not able to fill in the date of publication, or they are able to fill in the publication, but like what is the issue, ma'am?
The issue, they have just written that they are not able to, the system shows the error while entering the date of publication of advertisement. So we will request the stakeholders.
Seema, issue is that if they are done advertisement in regional language, so they are asked to put that in English language only. So if at all, there was one such case which I have come across, wherein stakeholder has given the advertisement in some Gujarati newspaper, and the comment which was received from backend was that they have to put a advertisement in English. Maybe because of the language gap, back office is not able to approve that basis the advertisement when supported. So this
many of the issues relate to the DIR3 KYC updation of email ID and phone number, and with regard to non-receipt of the COIs. So these are repeated queries. So we would like to share with you that there are such queries. For authorized representatives, after upgrading from registered to business user, it shows please enter valid user ID. And when we write forget user ID and it is opted, no OTP is coming on either mobile or email.
Yes, we have got some 5-6 cases reported like this, wherein user is saying that their ID is showing as invalid. So though it is not a right way of, or the solution which I am right now proposing is not the right way, but in the interest of stakeholders, they can go and recreate their user ID with the same credentials. It will get created and they will be able to see the work. That is interim, but yes, we are aware of this issue, and the team is working to analyze, and we'll come back with the update shortly on this.
Yeah, Deepa ji, I would like to take up the issue which was raised earlier with regard to the change in registered office. That if the change in registered office,
Advertisement, that was
yeah,
one was advertisement
yeah,
in
that is
English.
that is what I am saying, sir. The actually the issue with the stakeholder is that if they are doing the change in the registered office as per Rule 28, then they are not required to provide the information with regard to the advertisement, date of advertisement, either in English newspaper or vernacular language. So that is what the concern is, the stakeholder. Yes, we have seen this scenario, and we will make the required changes in the form. The date of advertisement will only be required in case they are making the change in the registered office from one state to another. That is as per Rule 30. So we will be making these changes, and that will be coming up shortly. That is what I wanted to add to what Manoj has just said.
Yeah, Simaji, in addition to the above issues, we are also getting complaints or grievances from the stakeholder reporting that on account of BO issues also certain e-forms would not be fetched by the ROCs like INC 24, INC 22, INC 23, RD1. So what is the present status of those issues, when it will be resolved? That you
Sir,
please, yeah.
Sir, is it regarding the fetching of the form you are talking about, or
Including fetching of forms and processing of forms. This also delays the process because
sir?
stakeholders could not able to get the certificate for shifting
Yes,
of registered office, for change of name and all.
sir. Just wanted to bring it to your notice that for change in the status, what just now I have received a query from one of the stakeholders that what RD office is looking into is that they want to do the create the order, and they want to upload. They are saying the main query which is being raised by them is that they are not able to upload the order. Sir, in this V3, what will happen is that on approval, the automatic order generation is taking place. So that is what functionality is not being used by the BO user in all the RD forms, sir. We have made certain changes in INC 23 also, which has got approved by you, and the team is in the process of developing those changes, sir. Sir, what RD officers are required to do is that they are required to process the form as per the system which is provided in V3, and on approval, what will happen is the order will get generated automatically. So as of
Okay,
now,
but
they are,
what is the present status for existing forms? How these issues will get resolved?
sir,
You are
they are,
talking about going forward for future forms after making the changes in SRS, right?
yes, sir.
I'm asking
But
about the
this,
current forms.
sir, this is
Madam,
already.
order approval is there. This problem is there, but the another problem is also there, which Srikumar sir wants to say is that the RD ROCs are not able to see the form even. That the form for approval is not appearing on the system.
Ma'am, that point has been well taken, but that will see to it that how this can be more systematic, like it will become more systemized. We will have a look into
Just
it.
a second, Seema. What we have done, ma'am, regarding these problems. So at LTI, what we have done is whatever forms which are under processing, we have started a new exercise along with LTI team. We are trying to see that wherever the forms are going beyond a certain agreed level of delay, we are just trying to sensitize the back office team that these, like the way we have, so any form which is taking more than a certain time frame, those are getting triggered for their focus. So, and the reviews within the back office have started basis all those kind of inputs. In wherever the justification is not there, those things will, so that has already been, this will take care of not only the approval, but also if there are any technical errors to the back office stakeholders for form not getting viewed, form not getting fetched, and so on and so forth. So that initiative has been discussed yesterday in our meeting with Mr. Sanjay Jain and Vivek sir, and we have started working on that. Hopefully this will bring us more faster approvals, as well as more focus from back office, and also traction between back office and the LTI team wherever they are finding issues while either opening or while approving the forms. So Sanjay sir, would you like to add here, or Vivek sir? Otherwise, we are good to go to the next point.
No, that's fine. We can move on to the next.
Okay.
But Manoj, see, Seema, Manu, Richa, is Richa there?
Yes, sir.
Richa, you see your production report, whether INC24 are getting processed by back office?
Sir, I have got it checked, INC24. So we have found that stakeholders are raising issues wherever their run SRNs have been already been expired in V2. For those cases, they are getting the error in back office of INC24 when they are trying to process that your run is already expired. So we have checked, we have found out that those cases we wanted to check whether those runs were expired in V3 due to some technical issue, or those were old cases. So we found out that most of those cases were expired in V2 itself. So for such cases, we will there is no other option other than we cannot ask back office users to approve them. So for such INC24 cases are still pending at back office users. They are not able to process because they are getting this error.
But the current forms are getting processed?
Yes, current forms are getting processed.
So
we are getting a lot of requests over tickets to extend their run validity, but we are not extending because those cases were from V2. Okay. Already expired before January, sir.
So whatever the current forms are getting processed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so means BO officers do not have any problem in fetching the forms?
No problem. So they are able to fetch INC24 as we discussed in the morning. So they are able to fetch, but they are unable to process because they are getting this error.
No, that's for the older forms. I am saying for the newer forms.
No problem. No problem is coming, sir.
So how many INC24 have been processed? So you can see the production report and inform that okay.
Yes,
that
sir.
So many forms have been approved.
Yes, sir. Just a minute, sir.
And for the cases where there is some challenge, you get it changed. But the stakeholders shouldn't suffer.
Sir, I'll check and update you, sir.
Okay,
sir,
so inform that roundabout.
The roundabout 500 are already approved and 70 are under resubmission.
So that means 500 stakeholders would have got this change.
Yes.
But
yes.
in the transition in between, there would be an issue. So you, that's a policy call. So, first you have your assurance should be there to the stakeholders that the forms are getting fetched. The current forms are getting fetched, processed, and approved.
Yes, sir. So if you have filed INC24 in V3.
No, not I am talking only about INC24, other forms also.
Other forms also, sir. If you have filed the form in the new portal, you will not face any problem. However, if there is it is a migration case and a back office user or front office user are facing any issue, whether in filing or in BO processing, please raise the ticket. We'll check ticket by ticket, and we'll see whether there is a configuration issue, data issue, business validation issue, or there is no technical issue at all. There is a policy issue, so we'll resolve all the tickets.
So assure everybody present here that it will be dealt with. It will be
yes. So we are dealing ticket by ticket. So there is no issue if you as such there is no common issue in back office processing, sir.
Okay, take it. Go ahead, please.
Okay, sir. Next one is with regard to form MR1. We are receiving the queries that in MR1, the SRN of MGT14, that it shows that it is incorrect SRN. For in form.
Ma'am, this is not, I don't think so. We are getting, this is a generic issue. Maybe we can check for this case. Maybe it is a valid case. We will check it, ma'am.
Okay, we will also share with you the ticket
yes,
numbers and the details.
Yes, ma'am.
And in the same MR1, it says that we are not able to get the list of directors in the drop down, from where we have to select the name of the director for whom MR1 is to be filed.
Ma'am, this is because of the reason, because whenever you are filing the form for the appointment of a director, then you have to change the designation unless until your director is appointed as either a whole-time director or a managing director or a manager. Unless and until one of your directors fall in that category, that list will be shown from DIR 12 only, because the status of the particular director is getting updated through DIR 12. So if you are appointing somebody as a managing director or whole-time director or manager in DIR 12, then only you will be able to see this drop down. This is a common mismatch which people are facing, because of the reason that in V3 what we have done is that whosoever is appointed as a managing director, whole-time director or manager, then only they will be shown in the drop-down list. And on the basis of that, once he chooses it, then the entire details will get pre-filled in the form itself. Hello.
Okay. Next one relates to form PAS3. The stakeholders are saying that authorized capital is coming as 0 and it is auto-filled. So we cannot change it.
Today I've seen a issue of this sort. I am getting it checked that why it is happening as of now. But future mein what will happen is that, ma'am, whatever the information, if you're providing the correct this thing, in case your type or class of share is properly updated in your SS7 through your SS7, then you will be seeing the drop down list from the class wise master in the PAS3, and authorized share capital will be pre-filled based on the whatever is there in the master data. I have come across one scenario of this sort today only. I am getting it checked that why it is happening. We will come back to you on this issue, ma'am.
Okay. Next one relates to form INC18, conversion of section 8 company.
And more so ever, ma'am, if somebody is facing this type of issue, you are requested to share the details with us. It could be previously, before this change was brought in. This could be because of those scenarios. We'll get the master data updated accordingly. So kindly share those SRNs with us so we can do and get the updation done from the backend after approval from MC.
We will share all these queries which are being received during the webinar with you, so that you can analyze and see where is the problem. Now, another relates to form INC18, conversion of section 8 company. They are saying that we are unable to proceed with the linked e-form EMOA. The error shows that SRN of MGT14 entered in form INC18 is not valid. Similar issue like that of MR1. They are
Ma'am,
not
yes, please,
recognizing the.
please share it with us.
Some of the issues are related to unable to download e-form, e-MOA. Downloading issues are being faced by the stakeholders.
Actually, this downloading issue is the thing of past now, ma'am. Earlier, we used to have see these issues, and we have done a global fix for all the forms. And now I don't think so. Users will, maybe due to internet issue or something, they must be facing this issue. They can refresh their screen, try logging out, logging in. But still, if they are facing this issue, please ask them to raise the ticket. But in general, now a PDF download issue has been resolved for all the forms.
We are receiving these queries right now in the webinar. So if the stakeholders have tried earlier, LTA team is suggesting that please try again, and this sort of issue will not come again.
And ma'am, the way I suggested earlier, so instead of downloading from my application or mini dashboard, going to upload form, and there you will get the link to download, and that can be clicked to download the form again. That works.
And just wanted to bring to your notice, whenever you are facing some issue with the form, and again after some time if you're trying to fill in the form, as of now we request that, because there are certain changes which are done on a very frequent basis, so you are requested to go ahead and discard the existing form which is there in your application history. Try to download the form and try to do the refilling through the new form. So that it'll be easier. Then whatever changes has been taken up by the team, that'll be updated in the system, and you'll be able to do the filing. Otherwise, you'll continue to face the similar issues which I have seen in many many stakeholders. So once they go ahead and do the filing with the fresh form, they are able to sail through the entire process. So that is one request I wanted to make it through this platform.
Okay. Next are related to login issue. The stakeholders are facing issues after login on the MCA portal. The error is that personal details mismatch. Login issue hai kafi.
Madam, this issue would be faced in case of profile upgrade of a user, where the DIN is being used to upgrade the profile instead of PAN, and where there is a mismatch with the name of the DIN, name of the director, as per the form filed earlier for obtaining the DIN, date of birth, etc. So there we have seen that these type of issues have been faced.
Another one is also related to login issue. It says that while the stakeholder is trying to create business user ID for registering their DSC on V3 portal, the mobile number is appearing as null. And this is auto-populated detail. There are a variety of issues in login. Login related issues are more.
Yes, login and profile upgrade. Yes, there would be complexity, ma'am. But this account has been created on V3 or V2?
Migrate hua hai ye from V2 to
migrated from V2.
Yeah.
All right. So I believe we need to update the mobile number to a user's account so that. So another way is that we can reset the account, and the user will be able to log in and upgrade its profile by providing the default password that we'll share with the user.
Then there are COI not generated issues, which you are saying that henceforth it will not happen. There are lots of COI generation issues and LLP. In case of LLP, if the validity of LLP name is not expired, still while filing form Philip, it shows that run SRN is expired.
So going forward, this has been fixed, ma'am. For retrospective cases, we need to fix this by taking the SRN.
Okay. While trying to see master data on MCA, an error pops up. Our apologies, your request could not be processed. There has been an internal application error. We are trying to get the details of some director from MCA portal, and we find that the error says that DIN is not associated with any company.
We need to look into this specific DIN, ma'am, so that although this internal error or apologies is not appearing while checking master data, this could just be an intermittent issue. But the DIN association with the SIN, we need to look into that.
SIN of all the three companies is not getting pre-filled in Philip form, while conversion of company into LLP.
Sorry, ma'am, can you
These are
please
specific
repeat that again?
issues. Yeah, they are saying that SIN of there are three companies which stakeholder is trying to apply for conversion of company into LLP. They are saying that SIN of all the three companies is not getting pre-filled in Philip form.
This should not be an issue because many companies are converting into LLP, and probably the user account needs to be seen what kind of user ID is being used to file the form. This could be one situation. If business user professional is there, probably this should not recur.
When MCA migrated to V3 portal, the user ID in V2 portal have been automatically migrated to V3. While migrating, the same data has been migrated without capturing the certain fields like mobile number and email ID. In my case, a user ID has been created automatically as a business user in V3 portal without my knowledge. Is it possible? Automatically
no, ma'am, this can't be
migration.
possible. How will we get email IDs, mobile number, PAN number, membership number, etc., whatever relevant? This is not possible.
Another one with regard to payment, we have made payment of amounting so and so, and the amount is debited. Status of payment on Bharat Kosh is showing successful, but the MCA status is still showing that the payment is incomplete.
Do you have the SRN, ma'am? Let me just quickly check this out.
Yeah, we have SRN. If you are noting it down, it is double A. 153
153
1021
1021.
Then in the meantime, I'm taking another query. We are under incorporation of a private company. We have filled up all the forms, and all the forms except INC 34 AOA has been successfully downloaded. We have filled up form INC 34, and at the end, when we are clicking on submit button, the form is just roaming around. Nothing is happening.
So, ma'am, again, this is not a generic issue. We have to check with the user what is the actual issue. Because we can see that so many filings of incorporations have been happening daily on V3. So, but if some user is not getting the result on clicking submit button, we need to check. Maybe user can try once more after some time, and then if still he is not able to file, we can check it.
I think there are specific questions now. The user says that they are unable to submit form AOC 5 for last 45 days, not able to submit it. They are trying. Is there any problem in submitting the AOC 5 form?
Ma'am, is there any, because as I can see with the latest filing data, so around 900 forms have been filed for AOC 5 since the day of launch in V3. So, but so we cannot say it's a generic issue, but however, if he has mentioned any specific error, what error he is getting?
He has written just that he is not able to submit. So any specific guidance on while filing AOC 5?
No, ma'am. Actually, there are multiple business rules which run on submit. So automatically, if there is any business validation failure, he must be getting that error. So we'll check the ticket, ma'am.
Okay. Authorized capital is to be increased from so and so to so and so. Asset 7 is filed properly, but when we click on EMOA, that is not generating. Asset 7.
Yes, ma'am. We have not seen any issues of link form not able to get downloaded because we have been seeing issues that the people are not filling in the form SS7 correctly, but as of now, not able to link filing, not being able to do that. That is not a common issue, not a common concern. You can just share the SRN number of that particular SRN number or whatever the details of that person. You can get in touch with him and we can ask that what is the issue which is facing.
All the companies which are associated with director is not showing in his ID while filing the form. Master data updation issue, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
Was 4 times higher. This is, so that also gives the
Will be taken care.
Deepa ma'am, in the interim, I checked the details of the payment issue that we are talking about.
Yeah.
So the payment for original SRN was made. This is a SS7 SRN. The original payment was made. The stamp duty payment was not made. And while this has still been waiting for payment of stamp duty, the SRN is cancelled now. So the transaction was not completed completely for the payment to be effected.
Okay. While he has written that the payment shows the complete payment, but it is, you are checking from the back end, it is not completed, right?
Yes, it is not complete now.
Okay.
So there are two SRNs. There is another SRN for stamp duty also. So, and the payment is not made against that.
Okay. All right. There is one more SRN if you can look, and we will in the meantime take
Sure, ma'am.
Payment. The user has made payment. Still, the status is showing payment incomplete.
Okay.
The SRN is AA 177 2569.
The payment has been made, ma'am. The form is now under processing.
Form is now under process.
Yes, ma'am.
They are saying that it shows that payment incomplete.
No,
The
this is under
status
processing.
Okay. So user has to see again, and the form is under process.
So 10th of April, this payment has been made at 7:33 p.m.
Okay. Then with regard to CSR2, while uploading the same, finish button could not be pressed. Status is showing payment not applicable. No cancel option is there. I am unable to upload the same. CSR2.
Ma'am, this is a form still in V2. So are we going to discuss V2 issues also, ma'am? Because that can be taken care by the other team of production support. So please ask them to raise the ticket, and it will be responded.
So Deepa ma'am, if you have received this issue, which is about 10 days old, I think this has been sorted out. We had a couple of tickets around this that has been sorted out.
Okay, but this issue is coming through webinar queries only. So I have received it today. The stakeholder can try again.
Yes, ma'am.
The issue is already.
Ma'am, as such, CSR form was having one known issue, which and people were not able to file. But that was in the month of March, I think around 20th March or so. But later on, we have fixed the issue. So now we have not received any further issue in CSR2.
You will have to then show me.
All right. So I think now these are specific queries, broad queries we have discussed. So and we will share all the issues which we have received through the Google these webinar queries. At this forum, I would like to state that there are multiple user IDs issues. So we will soon circulate the Google form for deactivation of the IDs, which stakeholders will say that, yes, you can deactivate these IDs and retain this ID. And then ICSI will share this with the MCA and multiple IDs will be deactivated. But make sure that the correct details should be mentioned. And we will get the form vetted through the LTI also before sending to the professionals at large. And also all the stakeholders are requested to share the queries at companies@2013@icsi.edu, but you should raise the MCA ticket first before sharing the queries. So we would like to now close the webinar. If MCA wants to speak something before closing, or LTA wants to speak something before closing. So we have around 20,000 participants who have joined the webinar today. We thank all the participants for giving their time and raising the queries, and the responses which are given by the LTI team on the queries, we will definitely compile the resolutions and we will circulate these soon. And expect the LTI team to come out with the solutions very soon, which they are saying that they are doing and they are under process. So I would like to thank Manoj Pandey sir, who has given his time, Sanjay Jain sir, Sri Kumar sir, Vivek Meena sir, and the entire LTI team. If any specific guidance you want to give, any specific thing you want to convey to the professionals, kindly share.
Deepa ma'am, from LTIM team's behalf, I would just like to again reiterate that I want to assure all the stakeholders that their tickets which they are raising at our help desk, okay, though it may be taking time for us to resolve all the tickets, but please be rest assured that we are working on each and every issue. We are opening each ticket, we are going through each ticket, and we are going to respond to all the tickets with the correct solutions, or whether that's an issue or that is a user awareness issue. But though stakeholders may be thinking that they have raised ticket, they're not getting the responses, but please be rest assured that we have set up the process in place, and very soon we are going to close or minimize the tickets, and we are aiming to close the tickets on the within some stipulated SLA. So just be assured that all the user queries we are going through it, and we'll resolve. That's it, ma'am.
Okay, then thank you. We will again come out with a series of webinars on various issues and sharing the new initiatives taken by LTI and MCA. I would like to thank President ICSI also for giving this kind of an opportunity. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone present here. Thank you each and every participant. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.